I want to point out something else with what I'm looking at, and I know it kind of changed what I was saying because all along this period, this is the gold chart. Okay, it's a week. What is it? A weekly chart? It's a weekly chart going back to. I just have it on to 2005. I mean, it's plenty, right? During this time period, it's been the consensus. Among a lot of people, they're talking about they're going to do QE. They're going to do QE. Bernanke's going to do QE. I'm going to try to keep this short. But if you're looking at this chart too, when we're pulling it back a little further, this is like a classic double top. And I know these technicals don't always work so great. It's quite obvious. But just to go back to Investopedia definition of double top, usually that's a big time bearish trend. Usually it is. But this is one of the indicators it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I'm thinking a lot about what's going on with this euro situation. This was basically a gold bounce. Then there was more problems with the euro over here. A lot of scares going on about what was going to happen in October. A lot of talk. Then all of a sudden the words start getting a little bit more positive. And we basically retraced up to about the same point with gold. And I was saying that this is actually a downward trend, and it's a double top. I know people need to buy physical gold because Mark Farber is absolutely correct, and silver. But it's better to look at this gold chart because silver chart is really erratic. It starts in other words, silver was kind of underperforming gold when it was dipped back here. Then all of a sudden it started outperforming gold. That's usually what happens, right? That's a typical fundamental rule. Gold starts taking off, silver's lagging behind, and all of a sudden it goes wham. So I think that's one reason I'm staying out of this market. I got a little bit of silver stocks and stuff, and that's because I think my buddy Eric Sprott, he's in that stuff. They're gonna go up. I don't have too many of that stuff. I'm mainly in cash, and I was expecting Bernanke to say something here too. Wasn't paying attention. Should have. Actually could have made a lot of money. But this is the classic double top. This is a downward trend. And I know today people are looking at silver and going, yes, it's going up, it's going up, it's going up. I want to show something else too. I don't want. I'm trying to be accurate. I am. There's too many confusing opinions out there. But you know what? Listen to what I got to say, man. Just listen to what I got to say. This basically is a downward trend. And if you run the trend channel, we're hitting the top of the trend channel. Kind of bounced off. It's going up a little bit again. And you know what? There's a lot of news that could be coming out even on Friday. Silver can tank over the weekend. It could be up. It could be down a lot on Monday. And I am thinking, if we're looking at this chart, this can easily, to see this is a low. That's a little bit of a lower low. You could have a low down here with gold. There could be a serious financial crisis coming up here. And let me put it this way. Remember my message base? I am, I'm not going to, so far my moves were pretty decent. But I'm thinking to stay the hell out of this damn thing for now. And I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong. There is something to come up with this euro. The euro is not going to fall apart where it's going to be, catastrophic, where it's going to end and there's going to be no euro and people all going back to their own currencies. No, that's not going to happen. And the European Union is going to stay together. But you need a crisis to introduce more centralized control. So I think this is maybe that's a little bit conspiratorial, but I think that's legit stuff right there. So you're going to see a serious. I think Mark Farber is right, man. I'm really thinking there's a few different ways. So I pay attention to this guy a lot. So, and he ain't no. I know Lindsey Williams was steered wrong. He's all right guy, but that guy was fed BS because I think, he's basically right. And the new elite guy, whoever you want to call him elite guy, is basically telling him stuff that's curveballs right now. He's giving them stuff that's not good. But gold is going to skyrocket. There's going to be more harder QE. That's when this junk's going to take off. I'll bet you he's right about this junk pulling back some more. You pull it out a little bit more, and you add this, the Greek crisis is still going on. He did not hint at QE over here, right? That is what's bringing it down. And I know people are looking at this chart today, and it's going up, it's going up. You might have some more buying opportunities. So, I don't know. I never feel like I know for certain what's going to happen, but there's a lot of things that are making me think this stuff now. And it's not, you're not going to be able to look at this day to day to day and say, oh, you know, I might try some of that day to day to day, but I'm looking for something that's more clear cut. Now I'm starting to see some things too. It's kind of making a lot more clear.